before I jump in, I have to do a quick thank you to Susan Wojcicki for not firing me yet, because I was a bad YouTube streamer. You guys know I am a YouTube streamer officially. That's why I'm on youtube.com/LudwigAugern/live. So easy to say, rolls off the tongue. But I went to TwitchCon this weekend. I took the whole weekend off from streaming. I went on a bunch of other streamers, Twitch streamers streams. I uploaded a video the day I left called Twitch is Better Than YouTube, and I wore purple socks to the event. All things considered, grounds for firing, 100%. 100%. So, you know, hearts in chat for Susan for not firing me. I appreciate that. You know I love YouTube. All right, you know I'm just fucking around. I'm just playing hard to get. Sometimes you miss your ex, you know? I was just seeing what she was up to. That's all. But it's always been me and you, Susan. I've always said that. You also went live on Twitch? I forgot about that. This happened the day I left to TwitchCon. Oh, no. Fuck! Carter! Carter! We're gonna lose my fucking contract! Anyway, boys, after I ended stream on Friday, I drove down with Atrioc in his lame ass car, and we pulled up to TwitchCon. Atrioc, I have to mention this, is the worst fucking driver I have ever met in my life. I don't know how he is that unironically bad at driving. He does this thing when he drives where he gasses really hard and then he brakes really hard. So me and Ari, his beautiful wife, are like this the entire time. But the most annoying thing about it is that we're actively telling him how much of a problem this is. And he was like, well, my foot's tired, so I'm driving with my left foot. That's why he was making a miserable experience for us too, is because he was using his left foot to drive because his right foot got tired. We pull up to TwitchCon. They're staying at a hotel. I'm staying at an Airbnb with Cutie and a few other streamers. So Atrioc is like, hey, will you take the car and drop us off and then you go back to your Airbnb? And I say, sure. Mostly just thankful to get the fuck out of having him be driving me. So I instantly take over the car and I try to find some parking. And I noticed that San Diego parking is a little bit difficult to find. So I eventually find this public parking lot and I go ahead and park there. And I do a 3-hour parking because I figure Atrioc will grab it later. So I do 3-hour parking and it cost $30. I'm like, kind of pricey, but it is what it is. All right. Remember this for later in the story. $30, great, bang. But I am now at TwitchCon. The first thing I do at TwitchCon is I go to a dinner with a bunch of streamers that Cutie set up. Cutie, God bless her heart, is not only the online event master, she is also the offline event master. Without Cutie, all of us would be twiddling our thumbs trying to walk into like a Taco Bell, 20 streamers at a time. So she set up like a wonderful dinner, and I hung out with a bunch of streamers. We had a good time. And then after the dinner, because we got to San Diego kind of late, there was a party. The first party of the weekend, and arguably the biggest party of the weekend. And that was, of course, the FaZe party. Now, FaZe, if you don't know, FaZe up, are known for 3 things, all right? Insane trick shots. You're fucking gay. And then the third thing is they're known for partying it up. They're known for swagging out. They're known for spending a lot of bills, flexing, all right? Pulling up in a nice-ass car. You know, like they're like the cool kind of frat boys in the esports world. Pretty inarguable compared to like C9. The only other esports org that parties a bit too hard is G2. And they party so hard they lose $15 million. So I pull up to the FaZe party and we're a little bit nervous because we pull up slightly late and that shit is packed. All right, it's packed for a couple reasons. One, again, FaZe runs pretty good parties. And 2, there's a rumor going around that Travis Scott is going to perform at the FaZe party. And that rumor was very public. And I won't lie, it might have been not just a rumor because XQC might have leaked that on stream.
On God, the FaZe party is gonna be more lit.
Travis Scott's gonna be there.
No, you leaked it? Guy!
Wait, no shot if not leaked. Wait.
When he said it, I didn't say nothing. When he said it, I didn't say nothing.
XQC leaks a couple days before that Travis Scott's going to be at this party. So you can imagine, because of that leak and because of FaZe being the people who run really big parties, how big the fucking line was to get into this building. XQC, by the way, after I was talking to him about this, I was like, I can't believe you leaked it. And he was like trying to like make good of it. And he's like, nah, it's okay, dude, because I gave it publicity. And I was like, bro, it's fucking Travis Scott. And he's like, fuck, dude. He was like trying to talk his way out as if it was a good thing that he leaked it. But yes, there was Travis Scott at the party. The line went around the block. The line went around the block. The party started at 10. We pulled up a bit late. So we are all getting ready. This is our fit. XQC looking like the bus seats on a coach bus. Hassan looking like he hunts animals. Myth and I looking great. At least that's what I thought until I watched XQC's stream today.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck? What the hell?
This is space.
Oh my God, no way.
What? There's nothing wrong with the sandals. There's nothing wrong with the fucking sandals. There's nothing wrong with them, okay? By the way, that's all I had all weekend. All I brought for the entire weekend were Crocs. So we go to the FaZe party. The FaZe party's crazy. Somehow, we managed to get in, passing the whole line. I don't know how this happened. I think the guy at the FaZe party, who was kind of the bouncer, knew who I was, and I got a bit lucky. Because there were like massive streamers who were in the line at the front who were not allowed to get in. Like, I'm talking OTV people. Like, there were big ass streamers who just weren't getting in. But when I walked to the front, the bouncer, I think, knew me. I think he might have been a Ludwig. Shouts out. So he lets me in. And then he goes, point to everybody who you want to come in. And all of a sudden, I felt like I was in Finding Nemo. And I had a fish and all the seagulls are around me. Because everybody was like, Ludwig. Yo, Lud, hey, Mogul Mail. For the first hour of the party, boys, I sit at the front of the line and I'm pointing. I'm like, you. No, you. And I'm just, and they're like, okay, let him through. And I'm like, this is insane power. At one point I leave and then I start getting messages from people like, come back down and let me in. But it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of people who weren't able to get in. But the moment I'm in, I'm like, for some reason, I was that bitch in my Crocs. And I walk in, and initially, it seems like a super chill spot, right? But then you go to the back room, and that shit was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that the party was insane. FaZe throws a good ass party. So it was a huge club, and there was a stage at the front, and then there was a bunch of booths, right? So if you've never been to a club before, most clubs have like a general dance floor area, a stage where maybe someone performs or the DJ is, and then a bunch of tables. But unlike most clubs where I'm kind of uncomfortable and the people at the tables are like really rich people, really snooty people, every single table is like a different sect of Twitch. It was insane. I would walk through and it would be like a table, just Minecrafters. Next table, 100 Thieves people only. Next table, offline TV only. Kai had a table, FaZe Banks had a table, and XQC, credit to him, made some big boss moves because the whole time he was nervous he wouldn't even get into the party. Not only got in, but somehow got a table for just us. And I will say, of all the tables at this party, ours was kind of like the chill table. Our table was like the one where it was like, you go to relax. Like every other table was like fucking, they got a Grey Goose bottle. They're pouring it in everyone's mouth. Our table was like, do. It's the table to chill at, all right? It's the table to relax, have good vibes, which, a lot of people appreciated. I will say, because Cutie went out. I'll tell you what, she hates going out. So she loved our table. And the table next to our table that was getting lit the whole night was Kai's table, Kai Cenat, who's arguably one of the biggest streamers right now, if not maybe the biggest streamer. Like he's huge. He's at a table with Bruce, with Your Rage. So I go with Cutie. I'm like, hey, I'm Ludwig. It's my girlfriend Cutie. Just try to introduce myself. And they're like, hey, they were super nice. And then they start laughing a bit. Because if you don't know, there was a pretty popular clip a few weeks ago.
Bro, they talking about some parties, bro. I ain't trying to go to no TwitchCon party, bro. Bro, imagine you walking that motherfucker and you just see like, no offense to the like, you just see like a Ludwig ass nigga just standing. He got his beard and shit. Yeah.
Nah, but you ain't.
So, when I go up to him with my drink in hand, just as a little meme, I start doing the dance that Kai made fun of me for. But then, I'm like, hey, I don't want to be a clown. Like, I want to show off that I can be a sick-ass dancer, too. Like, I'm kind of with it, in a way. And Kai watched it on stream and said it was really cool.
Oh. Yo, I told y'all there was gonna be a Ludwig ass nigga in the fucking spot.
Wait for it. Wait, it's all done yet.
Yo, what did I tell? Yo, Ludwig, first of all, is cool as fuck, bro.
He said I'm cool. Woo! All right, so nobody's got to make fun of my dancing skills. Approved by Kai. He clearly in that clip said that my dance moves were cool. I'm with it. So honestly, I appreciate that from Kai for saying that I'm cool. Finish the clip. Nah, I'm all right. And so that was dope. And then Travis Scott came out. He came out for a whole ass 5 minutes. Travis Scott came out for 5 minutes. He did about 3 songs and then he dipped. And the whole time I was like, how much did FaZe pay for the 5 minutes that he was up there? Dude, he was up there for 5 minutes and then he left. And I was like, damn, are you me and Bet or one of the most highest selling artists of all time? Like, what is going on here? And then the only other thing that happened is the whole night Cutie was like, I need to get a picture with FaZe Banks phasing up. And she kept calling Banks FaZe the whole night. She's like, I got to meet FaZe. I got to meet FaZe. But she was too nervous to go up to him. And eventually, I asked Banks, I'm like, yo, can you do me a favor? Can you take a picture of my girlfriend and phase the fuck up? And he's like, as long as she doesn't clown me on Twitter. And it created, I would call, one of the greatest pictures I've seen on Twitter in a while. An absolute gem from the night. Anyway, that was the first night. All in all, a great night. Had a good time at the FaZe party. Go home, go to bed, wake up. That was Friday night, the first night of TwitchCon. The next night, the next day, I should say, was Saturday of TwitchCon. And that, I didn't want to do a meet and greet at TwitchCon. Like, I didn't have a planned meet and greet. But Cutie did her own meet and greet off of the TwitchCon site. It was a really cute event. I thought it was super well done, where she made a fucking food truck. She got a whole ass food truck. She baked like 500 cookies, and then she parked it like a couple blocks down from the convention center. And just to support Cutie, I went with her. What I did the entire day is I sat in line with a cookie costume on. There's this person who made a video. Look at this nice couple. They made a video about it that has a couple pictures. I was like somebody outside of a business spitting those giant signs like cookies here. And that was really nice. That was dope. I thought Cutie had planned that pretty well. I also met a bunch of people at the convention itself. I kept running this bit. When I don't stream, I get a little off the perk. You know what I'm saying? So every time someone would come up and they'd be like, Ludwig, can you film a video for my friend, whoever? I would do this bit where I would steal their fucking phone and I would sprint away with it.
Look, can you say hi to my chat?
So like this person's like, hey, can you say hi to my chat?
Hello, chats.
Ah! Oh shit!
It's mine now. It's mine now. I've stolen chat. I'm sorry.
I'm so good, thank you.
And like there's this girl who asked me to record a video.
What do you want me to say now?
My mother loves your TikTok.
I'm stealing this fucking phone. How about that, you dumbass?
And so I would just fucking sprint away with their phone. Every time they'd ask me to record a video. I did like 10 times. I thought that shit was funny as hell. And I do have to call out the greatest fan interaction I had all weekend. Because although big crowds would form around me, and although you guys see me a lot on the screen, I'm just a white guy. Like, I'm just a fucking dude. I am not incredibly special or unique. I'm just a dude. And so I realized if I were to walk around with a hat on and a mask on, almost nobody would really come up to me. It was that simple to disguise myself. I could walk through the convention and almost nobody would bother me. And I had my greatest encounter with a viewer because I saw this kid with the Mogul Moves hoodie on, the mint Mogul Moves hoodie from the most recent drop, the re-release. And I go up to this kid and I tap him and I go, yo, hat on, mask on. Can I get a pic? And the kid's like, sure. And I'm like, can we take it on your phone? And then he realizes. He's like, you're. And I'm like, shh, keep it down. Because the moment the disguise is revealed, everyone's going to come around and try to get a pic. So I take a pic with him. And while I take a pic with him, there's like a couple guys right behind him. And they notice I'm Ludwig and they come over. And the cutest thing happened. Right after we take the pic and I take the pic with the other guys, I see the kid with his, I think, sister, and they start jumping up and down in circles. Dude, it was the cutest shit I'd ever seen in my life. My heart was so warm. They were literally jumping up and down in circles like they had met Santa Claus. Here they are. They tweeted out at me. I thought they were super sweet. So shout out to these two. That was the greatest fan encounter. And that was me using my disguise for good. But what I also realized is that my disguise was so good, not only could I fool the attendees of TwitchCon, I could fool the streamers at TwitchCon. So I was walking through the convention, nobody coming up to me. And I noticed Tarek. He's about 5 feet in front of me. So I walk up to him and I tap him on the shoulder. I don't say a fucking word. My phone is already out with the camera app open. And I take a pic and then I wave and I walk away. And I can clearly see he's sketched out. He's like, but he says nothing. And I get this picture. I do the same just a few minutes later when I spot XQC. In fact, the only person who recognized me was Hassan, because I went up to take a picture of Hassan, and Hassan was getting harassed the whole weekend by like a few weirdos, right? So I go up to take this picture with Hassan. Again, I can't say a word because the moment I talk, they're going to recognize my voice. Hassan's bodyguard, when I go up to take this picture, and I'm being kind of creepy, right? Because I'm not saying anything, starts fucking like instantly like makes a move, and Hassan's like, hey, whoa, and backs off his bodyguard because he recognized in the heat of the moment that it was me. And I was like, oh my God, God bless, I would have fucking died right there. But I did manage to do it to another streamer, Canute, and this happened on stream. So I'll show you. This was my meme that I was running all week. This is my best.
Yeah. Picture. Yeah.
This is how awkward I would be, dude. I walk up, I just point, I don't talk at all.
Yeah. Picture. Yeah. Look at this.
Excuse me. Are you nut?
Yeah.
Now, this is kind of funny because this whole time I was kind of staring over at him, and I could tell Canute, after I left him, kept doing this. And he was like looking at his chat, looking at me, looking at the guy talking to him, looking at his chat, looking at me. And after a couple of seconds.
Isn't that Ludwig that was walking around taking pictures? I saw it on your face. I saw it.
But I did 100% manage to fool Tarek and XQC, and I told him about it later. I thought that was funny as fuck. Anyway, here's the picture I got. But damn good disguise. That's how good my disguise was. And I was running that all Saturday walking through the convention. Saturday night, we have a nice dinner. And then there's the next party of the weekend, the next big party. And that was the 100 Thieves party. And I get to the party, and Cutie didn't want to go because she wasn't feeling well, right? Because she had to do the meet and greet. She didn't sleep really well the night before. So I'm like, hey, I'm only going to go for a short amount of time here. Maybe an hour or two, then I'm going to go home. So I get there at like 10. And before I know it, I look down at my clock, and it's like 1 a.m. And I only realized 3 hours into the party that the party was sponsored by 100 Thieves' new energy drink, Juvie, which has 125 milligrams of caffeine in every single drink. And every single mixed drink on the menu they had Juvie in it. And I had like 7 fucking drinks. So at 1 a.m., I was tired going into it. I was absolutely wired. I didn't realize I was on like 500 milligrams of fucking caffeine. I was so hyped up on caffeine. I was like running around the place. I end up leaving to help my friend get into the party. When I try to go back into the party after leaving to get my friend in, there's a security guard, and he's like, no, can't let you in, sir. And I'm like, but I have the badge that lets you in here. He's like, sorry, I can't let you in, sir. We're at fire marshal capacity. And he's like a little clicker. It says 75, only 75 people allowed. But I'm noticing like a few people, you know, who are like a little closer to the 100 Thieves are just walking down. And I'm like, what about them? And he's like, I was like, what? So I messaged the one person who's on 100 Thieves who I think's my ride or die. My road dog. Back to the Amogus days. I messaged Fuzzly. Because, you know, she's so grounded. We're friends. You know, we're close. And she fucking donut walls me for an hour and 15 minutes while I stand outside getting business opportunity after business opportunity from random streamers, influencers, and business people just waiting to get in. Finally, shout out to Noah J, who leaves the party willingly just so I can go in. And I go down and holy, I light up Fuzzly. She is dead to me. And then I enjoy the rest of the night. It was fun. It was much more of a chiller kickback compared to the FaZe party. And it was a good time. And so I leave that party. And as I'm leaving, you know, I'm a little drunk. I'm a little stressed. I'm trying to get home. And I find one of these bikes. I don't know if you've ever seen them in San Diego. And it's like an electric bike. And it's holding a carriage in the back that can hit 4 people. And they have speakers on it that are playing out like random songs. And I just hop on the closest bike I can find. And I'm like, go, go, go. And I give them the address to my Airbnb. And that's how I make my daring escape. And we're cycling through. And the bike, honestly, pretty dope, all things considered. There's somebody on Twitter somehow found me on the bicycle. And they were on their own bicycle.
Oh my god, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Julia. So nice to meet you, Julia.
I'll tell you what, Julia, 5 seconds before she started recording was like, your bike is so much worse than ours. It's lamer.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the rest of your night. Bye.
And I get off the bike. Chat, guess how much it cost? Guess how much it cost to ride about 5 minutes on that bike? It blew my mind. An Uber would have been like $20. It was $100. I was like, God damn. And I pay such a steep amount. When I get back to my Airbnb, I remember all of a sudden, wait, what about the car that I had parked? In my drunken state, I had connected the dots that I had paid for 3 hours of parking and my car had been there for 24 hours. And Atrioc never hit me up about the car again. So in my drunken state, I walk over and there's 2 tickets piled up. And I have to park it for another 24 hours. So I go do it all, put in the thing, bing, 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 bing. I do 24-hour parking. Bro, it cost me $500 total to park Atrioc's car. After paying all the tickets, the original one and the final one to get the car through Sunday for the basically 3 days of parking, it cost $500 fucking dollars because of Atrioc's dumbass, head ass, didn't pay for his own parking, head ass, bad driving, dumbass, piece of shit, head ass. I'm mad at this guy. And then Sunday was the only day of TwitchCon where I really spent a lot of time trying to experience the actual convention. And the first thing I do is check out this cool Lenovo Intel phone booth.
Now, I think this will wrap up the day for this broadcast. I'll come back tomorrow for more. A battle on the main stage. It was me, XUC, and oh man, I see how it is, motherfucker. All right, take it out. Take it.
All right, everybody, thank you so much. Yes, oh my gosh, TwitchCon is ending in a little bit.
And then I also fought Will.
Me too. It is a wrap, baby. I guess we just let him live here now.
After fighting him, I jumped into the pit. Oh, here it is. Here's me doing the people's elbow to Will without recognizing how dangerous this foam pit was. And, you know, the elbow hurts a little bit. Not too bad, but I didn't find out until after we were in the booth that Adriana Chechik literally broke her back jumping into this foam pit. Like, broke her back in multiple spots jumping into this faux foam pit that wasn't very deep, wasn't very safe at all. I'm not going to show the clip where she actually hits because it's tough to watch. And then I was on Hassan's stream all day. So we were walking around the venue. The only other thing that was kind of cool that happened at TwitchCon is I was able to meet Dream and then by proxy farm a shit ton of likes on Twitter.com, which was kind of embarrassing because what actually ended up happening is that I met Dream in the partner lounge. I was like, can I take some pictures with you? Because they had a photo booth at the partner lounge. So we go into the photo booth, and the photo booth has like this insanely bright flash, and it's like kind of janky. And then at the end of it, the photos don't even print. I was like, damn, that's a bummer. I go to the partner lounge the next day, come to find out it takes about 10 minutes for the photos to expose in print. And I left too early. I was too Zoomer brained. I ran out of there quicker than I should have. So I finally find it. I take one picture. Dude, this is real. I take one picture of the photo booth pictures, and then I leave to go get Nick, my roommate who showed up to TwitchCon, and try to get him into the partner lounge. When I come back, the photos are gone. Someone stole the photos from the photo booth. And I was like, what the fuck? Someone just took them. I have no idea how. They were totally gone. But somehow, weirdly, they ended up being posted on Twitter, right? Like someone stole them, and then it was not this person who tweeted, by the way, but then they were posted on twitter.com. So Dream messaged me, and he's like, because I asked him, I was like, hey, can I post the photos? And he's like, yeah, but he's like, you should post them soon. Wait, why are you guys saying Dream, not Ludwig? Wait, what are you guys laughing at? Ah, he's so fine. Dream, not Ludwig. Dude, why do you have to specify? It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine to think Dream is fine. I'm not offended. It's fine to think Dream's fine. I'm at dinner with Valkyrie and crew, and I end up spending the next 30 fucking minutes trying to figure out a caption for the photo with Dream to farm as many likes on Twitter as possible. And I sent a bunch of Dream, and he's like, those suck. And I'm like, all right. Eventually, I come up with one. I'm like, you don't want to know what else happened in the photo booth with Dream. Just trying to find easy likes, imply that we kissed. We didn't. All right. That's just a Twitter farm where I'm from. 100K likes, easy clap. But I didn't realize, because I just posted it and I was so anxious about it, that I spent 30 minutes coming up with a caption, and I posted the tweet twice. I posted it twice, bro. You can't post it twice. So anyway, big L. And after that was about the end of the night, we ended up heading back that night. We went home so I could get up early and stream for you all today and make a Mogul Mail today. And that was TwitchCon. And I know I made a video on Mogul Mail about a lot of the issues that happened with TwitchCon that you guys can check out, a lot of the problems that happened. But I got to admit, I got to come clean, at least from my experience, outside of a few super fucking weird and some creepy interactions that I had or maybe some friends had. The actual event ran, I think, pretty well, all things considered, especially for their event that scaled up in size. It would be cool. I know VidCon is somewhat similar, but it would be cool to have an event like that for just YouTube.